People don't like to talk about cancer. People don't like to believe that the person they love could die of the disease, especially in cultures like mine, in Black cultures and in African cultures. One of the hardest things to do was to tell my family that I had cancer. We never spoke about it in the family at all, really. And anybody who we knew that may have had it, no one talked about it at all. We would hear this person died or that aunt died or this cousin died, but no one talked about why, what happened. It hurt to not have people see me and see the pain that I was feeling. It was hard because I'm used to being the strong one in my family, the one people come to for advice or for guidance and support, or I'm the one that's like the jokester that makes everything okay. And for once, I needed all the help I could get, all the emotional support, all the reassurance. Like unlike other things in life that you can run from or hide from, even your emotions, you can pretend that you're okay. But with cancer, there's no pretending that you're okay. I've seen so many people discuss how they felt when a person they love was diagnosed after the person's passed away. But rarely do they tell the person to their face, like what they're feeling and thinking, and also what you mean to them. My brother's here, so I'm going to talk to him about this today. We've never really talked about when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, and that whole time we've never talked in 16 years about how me getting breast cancer affected him, what he thought, what he felt. I'd like to know what he felt like when that happened.
Maimah first told me about her cancer. First couple of feelings were fear, anger, then there was a disconnect, and then a sense of urgency. Maimah and I have been through a lot of things in our life. As soon as she called and said she had cancer, I was angry at the world completely, because I lost my son 3 years prior to, and I go, why is this happening to us? In our family, you don't talk about sickness, you don't talk about things that are happening, and that's why I wouldn't say much. I had a role to play as the strong brother, had to be there for you, be quiet, and just be present. A person that get cancer to upset other people. Something bad that happens to them. You can't fault them for having cancer. You have to be their tree. You have to be rooted with them, strong with them, cry with them, lay with them. No matter what it is, you support. And you learn that you have to be support for everybody in your life. You have to be there for your wife. If you have kids, there for your kids also, because they're going to look at what you do with that person, and that's going to determine what they do in life for themselves and who they're with as time progresses.
I say I'm a cancer survivor, but the cancer is always something that could come back. People get cancer that comes back after 10, 15, 20 years. So, you're always aware of it. And for me, being that I'm, running a nonprofit organization and leading, so many of my friends have cancer. So many of my friends are, different stages and going through things. And I think sometimes the hard thing is the family's like, well, what about us? Because, I know where I was when I was diagnosed and what I experienced. So anybody who calls me, I'm there for them. And I think there was a time when people felt like my family that, what about, you're not there for us as much. But I'm thinking, I have to help save that woman, not even just save, but I have to be there for her, because she was where I was and I didn't have that kind of emotional support. And so I think we worked through some of that, right?
Yep.
Because at first you guys were like, you're always with your breast cancer people, you're always doing Tigerlily work, or you're always, always breast cancer. But I just made a commitment, as to God, I don't want anybody, if I can help make my experience mean something, and turn that death sentence into something that can change someone's destiny in terms of giving them access to life-saving treatments and support.
So for us, you went through breast cancer, you started a foundation, but we're worried about you having a relapse or something else happened to you because you're going hardcore, nonstop. That terrified us. What if something else happened to you? And you think about that, it's like scale it back, do more things with us because we almost lost you. Now you're gone again, fighting this cause. But that's us being selfish. You're my heart, you're my soul, my older sister, and I wish I'd done more. Wish I had allowed myself to do more. And I'm glad that as 16 years later, we're sitting here having this conversation, and we're talking about this because this is growth. This is really it's a lot of growth.
Yeah, I'm so happy we had this conversation.
Yeah,
I'm
me
happy
too.
we talked. I feel too like I always think like, well, even though I feel like why didn't they support me and why were they so against me beginning and doing this work? But I didn't think about it in the sense that you guys thought we almost lost her, we dodged a bullet, and we want more time with her, but she's off trying to save the world. And what if the stress of that and the work and all that causes cancer to come back? This is really like, it's just a huge thank you for this. Oh, I love you. I am Maimah Carmo. This is my life and my legacy.